As we all know, the United States was a land that was once controlled and occupied by Native Americans. I bring this up to question how much we know about the relationship between the Native Americans and the U.S. Although we may believe that Native Americans don't have a strong political connection to the U.S., this is not true. Federally recognized tribes have a nation-to-nation connection with the U.S., meaning they act as countries that reside within the U.S. The reason why I bring this up is because I'm going to be discussing the Child Welfare, a federal law, the Child Welfare Act of 1978. The Child Welfare Act states that if an Indian child is placed into the custody of a non-native household, tribal nations have the right to reclaim that child and return them to their respected tribe. The reason why this was created was a deep and long history of racist policies that allowed boarding schools to kidnap Native children from their tribes and take them to boarding schools to assimilate them into American culture and society. It was also a way to sort of dismantle tribes and the future of them to ensure that they don't last very long. Even after the abolishment of these boarding schools and the establishment of ICWA in 1978, the legacy of forcibly assimilating Indian children continues through welfare agencies that give Indian children to non-native peoples and court cases which deem ICWA to be unconstitutional. Today, I will persuade you to sign a petition and explore more resources that will support the continuation of ICWA. This will ensure that tribal nations all around the U.S. have a defense against welfare agencies that attempt to take their children and in turn help support tribal nations in their battle against those who attempt to abolish ICWA and help to create stronger tribal communities. Now let's talk about how ICWA is being attacked in Congress right now. Burkeen v. Holland is a case that originated in the state of Texas in October of 2017. This started because a non-native family adopted a native child and deemed ICWA to be unconstitutional. And they took this to the Texas state court. Texas agreed with them and found ICWA to be unconstitutional on multiple levels. The case was appealed and ended up in the Fifth Circuit Court appeal, where the decisions made by the state of Texas were overturned. Continuous appeals happened until the oral argument on November 9, 2022, and the decision is expected in June of 2023, which is this month. The main argument of the Burkeen argument is that ICWA is race-based. The counter to this is that according to Erin Dowry Lynch, a senior staff attorney in Native American Rights Funds, states ICWA is based on tribal membership or enrollment is determined by the tribes, a political designation rather than a racial one, similar to citizenship. The reason why I bring up this argument as the main argument is because if you can take a statute that a child only qualifies for if they are a citizen or qualifies for citizenship and reclassify it as a race base, then all federally passed laws regarding Native tribes can fall under that same analysis, which makes you think, is this really about ICWA being discriminatory, or is this a gateway to the overturning of other federal laws connecting to the rights of tribal nations, such as land rights, hunting rights, economic rights, tribal rights, resource rights, and sovereignty? It is also important to note the judge who deemed ICWA unconstitutional on all levels has a reputation for overturning federal laws and deeming them unconstitutional, such as the Affordable Care Act. According to the U.S. Today, O'Connor has repeatedly found violations in the Affordable Care Act, including a decision in 2018 that the law's coverage mandate was unconstitutional. The ruling was overturned by the Supreme Court in 2021. This is important because it shows that it's not ICWA that is unconstitutional, rather the judge who deems ICWA to be unconstitutional sees it through his lens, is the way he sees it through his lens. The Burkeen v. Holland case shows a strong legacy of racist policies that heavily affect tribes that attempt to strip them of their children and sovereignty. Now that I have gone through the most recent case regarding ICWA, I will now take a deeper look into the dangers of the case and what could happen if ICWA is overturned. Although I am highlighting the Burkine v. Holland case, there are many other examples of cases like this that are happening or have happened in the past around the country, and many cases where ICWA isn't even being implemented. I will then show you the importance of ICWA to the survival of sovereign tribal nations. According to the Bureau of Indian Affairs report in 2021, the Native American children are overrepresented in foster care. As you can see in this graph here, this line represents Native American children, and this line represents white children. As you can see, it is more than double the amount, showing many cases where ICWA is not being implemented and showing that there is a lot of work that still needs to be done. And if ICWA is overturned, then we won't be able to do that work. Another annual report of the Bureau of Indian Affairs reported in 2019 that ICWA benefits the tribe to which the children are returned to. As you can see here, this shows the effectiveness of ICWA, as every single case that has gone through ICWA and has used ICWA as a defense has won and was able to return the children to their rightful homes. And as you can see here, all the families that were engaged with the trial have come back to the community and serving them and using the resources that they offer. And down here shows that 76% of children who are returned to their rightful tribes are more involved in their community in tribal nations, showing that it is a way to strengthen tribal nations and ensure their longevity. However, it is not only tribal organizations that support ICWA, but also other children organizations, such as the Children's Rights Organization. The Children's Rights Organization states that Congress enacted ICWA to protect the best interest of Indian children and to promote the stability and security of Indian tribes and families. There are many other organizations that support this as well. The reason why I bring up this one, though, is to highlight the best interest. The reason why I bring this up is because one of the main arguments against ICWA is that it is not in the best interest of the Indian children to be returned to their tribal homes. However, this is not the case, as I have shown before, and with this statement from the Children's Rights Organization. Although the Burkine v. Holland case was the focus, it is not limited to this case, and the positive outcomes of ICWA are crucial for the survival of tribal nations, which makes this such an important subject. Now that I have broken down the Burkine v. Holland case and the importance of ICWA, I will now explain our role in all of this and what we could do to support the fight for the continuation of ICWA as a federal law. First, sign the Protect ICWA petition created by the Protect ICWA campaign, which is made up of 4 national Native organizations. Educate yourself and others and reach out. There is a link tree that includes the petition and other resources to educate yourself and show your support that was created by the Protect ICWA campaign. Not many people know about the case or the history of forced removal of Indian children from their homes, which makes it so important that people know about this. If people don't know about this, then no attention will be brought to it. And according to the Protect ICWA campaign, more attention to the case can have a strong influence on the decision of the Supreme Court, meaning our voices matter and they are needed. Showing support for ICWA is showing support for the tribal nations. To protect ICWA from those who wish to exploit the land and resources of tribal nations, we must stand up for ICWA and show our support in any way we can. Thank you.